Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. Today we're going to be doing our second ever how hard, how well the unit can tank video, I guess. I'm still, new to this, how to phrase it and whatever, but I guess, but you can guess, from the thumb and title. This time we're going to be doing Teq Gohan. Now, I feel like this is probably just going to be outright like the best character like ever for this. I mean, we'll see, of course, but I'm ready to really juice this guy up. Now that being said, this is the team we're sort of rocking. Now there are several units here that I might do one of these for eventually. But that being said, really we have like AGL Gohan here. He's probably gonna get messed up throughout this. I'm gonna have to try and play my around the best that I can. We'll see how effectively I do. But I really want to bring him because of this. Now he's one of my most anticipated EZAs, and because of this specifically, this raised defense by 20%, and the condition's only 50%, 58% or less HP. I'm pretty sure we will be able to force that pretty easily. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, without further ado here, let's just jump right in. Now, for Gohan here, we're going to show like 2 turns, his first sort of 2 turns. At least one of them, hopefully both will have Int Gohan next to him. And then we'll come back later on. We'll show 1 turn in base. And we'll have him juiced up with the items and such. And then we'll come back in his ultimate form and we'll show another turn. So I'm pretty excited to do this. Let's just jump in.
Alright, let's do this.
Okay, that's good. I mean, alright. You know what? We'll just... What is this gonna look like? Okay, had to let the intro play there. Now, certainly this could be pretty rough. Oh, well, 207. That's better than I would have thought, to be honest. Start of turn. I mean, he does stack, so he's in the danger zone right now, but we can take advantage of this. Here, both these guys really need to be stacked up. He has enough damage reduction. He should be fine as this sort of tank for now. Now, Gohan, once we get everything sort of, working together here, usually I would like to try and, have Bulma for one of these. But I figure, technically speaking, Bulma or AGL Gohan here will be a pretty decent enough. Actually, AGL Gohan is better, but his is a little bit harder to get. But that being said, I feel like he should be a pretty good look here, too. So long as we can get under the HP threshold. I don't think that should be too difficult, all things considered. Really, I mean, Int Gohan should be able to... He should take damage throughout this whole thing. Not too much, but he definitely can get sort of tossed up, and I can sort of manipulate it to where he will be able to take damage later on. And the only thing is like... I don't think we'll have, for our base turn, I don't think we'll have AGL Gohan's, sort of thing going, because, obviously the ultimate form is really where he's going to be at his best, and it's only 2 turns, so we won't really be able to take advantage of seeing it there if we use it in the base form. So it's going to be quite a substantial buff, though. Alright, so Gohan here, we're at 403k. Obviously that does go down once we, after this first turn. It's 30%, I think, defense he has. Let's show this here. Nope, hold on. Yeah, okay, it is 30%. No, 58%. My apologies. He has this first turn. So he is going to take, he's certainly going to build up over time. But that being said, this is actually like his best Link partner. We do have 50% defense from Links with Int Gohan. Now, when we transform, that will go down to 45%, but 45% is obviously still quite a bit. Now, Gohan here, as stacking 50% defense on every single super. And I don't think I really need to. If you're watching this, you already know how crazy that is. And when we get to the end here, he's going to be looking pretty damn good. All right, now I'm actually okay. So we got 2 supers. I'm thinking about this. I don't know if I should show like the sort of calcs, so to speak. I think I'll just show them later on how we sort of increase. But 3 supers. Oh, all 4 supers. That's actually pretty insane. Okay, so we just got a quadruple super, turn from Gohan. So that's already 50% stacked 4 times. So when we come back around, I mean, certainly we have the 58% gone from the start of turn phase, but he's already going to be looking better. And he's just going to keep increasing over time. He's definitely going to look pretty crazy for this. Okay, so we got like 50k there. Not the best with orbs. We could actually die here. Hopefully God Goku doesn't cut out for us. I mean, if we die, it's not the biggest deal. We'll just come right back in. But I preferably, I want to have to die. Come on, God Goku. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and once we get situated, I mean, really the only character who's going to take damage here throughout the whole run, I would have to say, is Int Gohan, the future Gohan. He does have the damage reduction, but it is sort of gated to once you get, it's like 70% HP or under or something like that. So he will be actually useful in making sure we're able to take advantage of AGL Gohan's sort of ability, which is really nice for us. Although it may take some turns of manipulation, like we might not be able to get it just like straight off from the base form, but we'll see. Okay, he should be fine here, yeah. I mean, a little bit of damage, but not the biggest deal. Okay, so last time we were at like, what, 400k? 877. So obviously he's going to be climbing pretty high here. And that's also to consider, we did have this guy, supporting last turn for 40%. So that just goes to show just how big of a difference, 4 stacks make. And we're just going to keep doing that the whole time. Now, of course, we're not going to get guaranteed to get 4 supers every time, but we can see here through this, new sort of thing. I wasn't doing these before, but it's actually probably the best I wasn't, because that would have been hell to try and calculate before. But now with this, I mean, we can see number of super attacks performed. It really is a handy tool, so I'll be able to calculate it pretty damn easy, the defense later on. But that being said, let's get another turn in here and see if we can get lucky once again with our SA effects. And by the end, I mean, we can do 4 supers a turn. Now, on average, we're probably going to do like 3 supers a turn on average. But even that being said, I mean, we're going to try stacking as long as we can up to, turn 99, of course. I mean, we'll end however early we have to, but I mean, just thinking about it logically, you divide that by half, right? So let's say turn, 98. We'll get 49 appearances out of Gohan. Oh, we got a quadruple super this time as well. Okay, but just mathematically speaking, when we take a look at that, 49 appearances, let's say 3 supers on an average per time. We're looking at 120, 147 supers, each of those being a 50% raise. So Gohan, by the end here, is going to easily be so insane, especially with these items and the active skill buffs and the support and just everything. Gohan's gonna be insane. So this is definitely gonna be pretty crazy. Definitely gonna be our best one. I would have to imagine now and always for one of these, but I mean, we'll see. I wanted to jump in. This guy was exciting for me, so we're gonna cut away here though, and we will come back later on and see just how tanky Teq Gohan can get. We'll show the 2 turns, and he's gonna be pretty damn impressive to say the least.
Alrighty, and we are back here. It did take me a little bit longer to getting around to fully finishing this off, so I apologize for that. It's going to be several hours later than I expected. But that being said, here we are. So, you know, we've gotten Gohan up to 22.8 million. So, obviously, that's quite a bit of defense there. Now, you know, we got the same links, so 50% defense from our links. And also, here, we've gotten 129 supers. So, I mean, we could have certainly gotten better luck. But I think we statistically, like earlier before, I was saying like you know 3 per turn or whatever. But really, that's not the quote unquote average. Anyway, we're somewhere in between 2 and 3. So I mean, I'll take it, all things considered. Now, give me just a moment here. I am going to do the calculations on this and make sure it's all good. Okay, so with Gohan, you know, we are getting the 158% start of turn, but that is really all he's getting. So how that's going to be represented is in here, 2.58. But also to consider is we have, you know, Goku's support here, which he gives 50%. So that makes us at 3.8 actually. And then 1.5 from links. And the super effect, 129. So that'd be 64.5, I believe. Yeah, 64.5. All that would be represented by 65.5 since you add 1 on here. Alright, and then I believe. Okay, yeah, that about rounds up. I'm literally just 0.5 defense off, so it just rounded up on Dokkan. That makes sense. Okay, so we got that ready. The sort of baseline formula. Now, for Gohan here, what we're gonna do this first sort of turn with items, just to show what he gets up to, like in his base, and then we're gonna cut away actually, and I'm just gonna come back because it could be several turns, and I'm just gonna come back whenever, you know, I have the other Gohan ready, the AGL Gohan ready to use his active skill, and that way we'll be able to, you know, actually take advantage of that because it's an HP condition. So really how I'm going to have to get that is I'm going to have to wait until this guy gets hit by a super. I guess if that happens within this turn, I don't have to cut away, but I mean, we'll see. With that being said, so let's use this, Android 8. Now, immediately, we jump up quite a bit. So, go to the item phase here, 1.5. So we're now at 34 mil. 293,000. And this is 278. This is 244. Like I said last time with the last one, there is a very, very slight discrepancy between my formula and this. I'm not sure why, but the math it's really, you know, hundreds off or something. It's right there. So that being said, it's probably like decimals going on that I'm not able to actually see, is what it is. But anyway, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna use the monster carrot. Now this changes the whole field into carrots, and we can get 15% per key sphere. But you know, since the whole field is carrots, we're going to get 23 of these. 23 times 50, you know, I calced it last time. In total from items, we're getting 395%. So let me put it at 3.95. Oh wait, no. I have to add, it has to be 4.95 actually. My bad. And that should, okay, yeah, so we're at 113 mil, 167,818. Now on here, it's slight discrepancy once again. We're at 760 instead. Yeah. Instead of 818. So once again, very, very slight discrepancy there. But yeah. Alright. Now with Gohan, we do get the extra defense on our super, so I mean we'll show that too. Let's just grab this, and we'll grab this. So obviously, you know, we're at quite a bit of defense here. You know, 113 mil, and the thing is, he still has to go into his ultimate form, and that's just gonna be fucking nuts. Okay, so we got one super here, so we're gonna put it 66. Okay, another super, so 66.5. So I mean, as you can see on, I'm gonna have this shown on screen, edited in. Okay, another one. 67. I actually put 66.6 before. My bad. Okay, there we go. So we got an extra 3 supers that turn. So we're actually at 115 mil, 759,000, 447. So a bit of an increase, you know, like 2 mil or something, just from getting 3 supers, from how everything's like all stacked up and such. So you know, we're definitely getting pretty crazy. Now the thing is here, we're actually pretty deep in, so some of our stacks might start to wear off if we don't do this fast enough. But I actually, it's really out of my control for the most part. I genuinely just, because like if I throw this guy in slot 1, he just dies. So I really just have to wait until Rose or Zamasu like supers him, and then we'll be low enough. But that being said, I'm gonna cut away here, and we'll be back whenever we're ready to use both Gohan's transformation and you know, AGL Gohan's defensive buff. We'll be back. All right, so we are back, everyone. I'm not gonna lie, my mic may sound different. I did kind of make a oopsie. I lost the audio. So that being said, I did want to come back just a turn before and show the sort of active for AGL Gohan. So, you know, the buff you get from this, it's still one of the most insane actives in the game, and it was on its release too. He's actually one of my most anticipated EZAs because of it. So, what he does, you know, I show it here in just a moment, is he regains HP. Oh wow, I took quite a bit to show. Okay, he regains 30% HP. He gets guard for the turn, and he's giving 20% defensive support. Now that is an active skill sort of support, and it's for 2 turns for all allies. So how that really functions, you know, it makes quite an impact since it's its own separate phase. And it just, I mean, it genuinely makes Gohan, our Teq Gohan, look so much better. So I did want to come back a turn before just to, you know, show. We didn't come back too many turns later on, but it was still, you know, a couple of turns later, you know, being turn 103. So that being said, we did actually start to lose out on some of our stacks, and I do go through all the, you know, calcs and stuff as we get on to the next turn. But suffice to say, Teq Gohan, and it looks, yeah, kind of crazy. Just to, you know, I was, yeah, I think he's probably gonna be our most impressive, like, now and always. But I guess we'll see if we get another unit like designed like him. I mean, to be fair, he doesn't have any sort of multiplicative stats, like defensively, like when he gets hit or when he supers or anything. So certainly, if he had a unit with that, that could make quite a big difference. But that being said, I am gonna play Teq Gohan's active here in just a moment.
Incredible! Allow me to send our new hero to his destination.
This is perfect. Thank you very much. All right, time to go.
All right. So, you know, I did want to be quiet for the active there. But there we go. So Gohan, now he's jumped up quite a bit of defense. You know, just a little bit. So, you know, the boy there, we were at 38. Okay. Now on my thing originally I saw like 38 mil, and I was like, what is going on? So I did actually start looking through his kit and stuff, and I was explaining it all, and I did actually catch. I had forgotten that the links. So once we transform, we actually do end up losing Saiyan lineage with Int Gohan. So instead of having 1.5, or 50% defense from our links, we actually now have, 1.45 or 45% defense. But, even then, the math didn't exactly work out. So I did have to actually start dropping my defense. Now, the stacks. So, in the end, we actually ended up losing out on 5 stacks just from, the few turns. Because they do only last for 99 turns from the moment that you get them. So that was quite unfortunate, obviously. But, we were actually at, 35 mil, 839,121. Now, there's a slight discrepancy in the, hundreds place between my calcs and the in-game. It's probably just, decimal point sort of stuff. But nothing I can really account for to change that. It's close enough. But that being said, Gohan, he does get the extra 100% defense. So, just for transforming. Now, I mean, that does make quite a big difference. Of course, we don't have the Xeno Goku over here, so instead of 50% defense, we have 40% defense. With that being said, still quite a bit. He's able to get pretty high. So, that being said, I think in just a moment here, I go over to the item. I think. Alright, I was yapping away there for a moment. So I just decided to cut to the point we're using. So, we use the Android 8, and that puts us up to 53,758,682. Once again, discrepancy in the hundreds. But yeah, pretty insane, to say the least. And then we use Monster Carrot. So 15% defense per orb changes the whole orb field. So we get 23 orbs, and that leads to quite a bit of a jump. We're at now 177,403,653. But that is so insane. It really is. Because I'm just thinking I already knew Teq Gohan would be our best, and I'm not really sure how all of them are gonna sort of look as we go forward through these. But that being said, I peaked out at 93 mil on the Boo Bros or something like that. So just going from that to effectively double, it's quite an insane jump. It really is. So I mean, Teq Gohan, he's just that guy. It just it reminds me of the memes. It really does. Back in the day of I've seen enough. And I have a meme on my phone from back in the day where it's just it's that Star Wars scroll text, and it's just Teq Gohan better or whatever the fuck. The meme lives on. Okay, so we do get our first sort of super here, and that puts us actually at, it doesn't show on screen obviously, but I'm gonna add this in, 178 mil, 698,570. Now, we get another super. This is 179,993, 179 mil, 993,487, my apologies. Now, we didn't actually get an additional super there, so that is where we finish off. But that being said, effectively 180 mil defense. I mean, we're right there. 180 million defense. Hey, if the day ever comes where we need it, just know, Teq Gohan, he's got you. It's just so crazy. I mean, yeah, I mean, there we go, though. That's there's not really anything else to show here. So, I am gonna start wrapping things up. You know, I did want to do Teq Gohan here. The person who suggested it wanted to see Boo Bros and Strength Vegito. Now I want to see Teq Gohan for myself, but we're gonna do Strength Vegito next. Because it was our person's idea, so I feel like that's pretty fair. So now stick around for that, and we'll go from there, and see which ones we keep doing as the weeks go on. But yeah, I had to see Teq Gohan. He's the goat. But yeah, and things here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.